Welcome to An Evening with Cora. Another week, another artist we are going to be speaking to. I have known this fantastic human for some years. We've worked together, and I just remember the first time I saw her play and sing, I was just gobsmacked. I was like, oh my God. Because you know when you know someone for so long and you haven't actually heard what they do, and then you finally hear it and you're like, oh my God, she's amazing. That was what I had with my next guest here today. So I want to welcome you to Sophie Kilburn. Hello, Sophie, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good,
Oh, you got some
good.
like angel light going on behind you.
I have, yeah, I am an angel. I'm actually in heaven. I'm reporting you straight from heaven.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're all the way from heaven. We're blessed. We're
Well,
blessed.
I feel like this is the new ring light. You know what I mean? The big selfie light. Now it's behind you instead of at your face.
I love it.
So it's starting a new trend.
Hashtag angel from heaven.
Yeah, hashtag angel light. Boom, sorted.
Amazing. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. It's going to be a pleasure to talk to you about your music. So let's always go from like years ago first. So tell us, when did you start writing your music?
I started writing when I was about 12 or 13. My dad played guitar and I kind of picked it up. Very cliche, but yeah, I picked it up and I, instead of playing covers, I decided just to write my own stuff. I have I don't know whether it's stupid or cocky, but I don't know. Either way, yeah, and then I just loved it. And then it was only, I think, well, like years later when I was like in my early 20s, where it's like, oh, actually, I think I can do this for a career. Like, I love it so much. Because I trained as an actor and it was always on the back burner, my music, but then it was kind of like, as life went on, I don't know, I just found myself going more to my music.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then I started like actually taking myself seriously at that time. And here we go.
Wow. Okay. So you've always had that inkling to be a musician, just
Yeah, I think it's just like sometimes you kind of think, oh, it's just that element of like confidence, I guess. You know, it's so difficult, but I think with music the best thing is that you have more control over your creation. Like with the songs, you know, they come from me, or even if you're in a co-write with another artist, you know, you're bouncing, hopefully, like you're bouncing off each other, and that's still supposed to be like as authentic, an authentic experience. So yeah, I love it. I don't want to do anything else. So.
Yeah, well, you're amazing at it, so I don't,
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
don't do anything else, please.
Okay, noted.
Amazing. And you've got an EP coming out this
Yeah.
year.
Yes, I do.
It's
Yes, I have.
exciting.
Yeah, it's spoiler. No, yeah, it's coming out late June, like I think maybe June first week of July. That's up period. It's called
Yeah,
My Room Made Public,
nice.
and it was the thing like I finished the EP's done and stuff, but like so many people, like with COVID and stuff, it just delayed everything, and I wanted to make sure that it was right, and it was. I really tried with this kind of, I would say, debut like EP project that is cohesive, and I really want to create a world with it and connect with people on like a lot more deeper levels. So I really hope I do that with the project.
Yeah. And how long have you been planning this particular EP?
Oh, it feels like forever. Probably because it is. Probably like, I'd say a year and a half.
Wow.
2 years. It's just because you kind of hit like, because I'm always trying to write another song kind of hits through, or like with COVID and stuff, I was really fortunate to work with like awesome musicians who would normally be on tour,
Yeah.
like supporting acts that like they just want to do something, and I was like, do you want to maybe jump on my track? And they were like, yeah, sure thing.
Amazing.
And that wouldn't have happened. So, you know, I'm very fortunate in that respect. So yeah, I feel like it's really kind of stepped up, and I know where I want to go, and yeah, I hope people like it.
Amazing. I'm sure they will. And I mean, we're going to get to hear some tunes in a minute that you've prepared for us, which is going to be great. But just a few more kind of bits, a few more questions, I guess I have. So when you look to write something, does it just come to you, or are you like, right, I want to write a song, this is what I want to write about? How does it all kind of start?
I think it's a bit of both. So sometimes when I'm in a bit of like lull of not knowing what to write, I did this during like the first lockdown, where I got people on my Instagram, I gave them 3 random words, and I said, like, pick one of them and then I'll write a song about it. And then I did a Insta live at the end of the week and showed it them, and that put on pressure, but it got me out of my head. And like that's where like my latest single, Movements, came from. It was from they used the word hip thrust. I mean, is it 2, is it 1? There's a hyphen there, I'm going to say it's 1. And then Movements came from it, and I think that's one of the best songs that I've ever written. So it's that, and then it's also, I always kind of stem from a phrase. Like I wrote one with an amazing songwriter called Nina, and she, like, we were talking about it, and it's called Chaos Is My Neutral. And it always starts with a phrase like that, and then it just, I can't kind of bounce off it.
Yeah, nice. Do you ever get kind of stuck in your songwriting?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've had like a moment quite like recently, and I just ended up reading Patti Smith. She's one of my like all-time inspirations, her and PG Harvey and stuff, and just like the poetry, just to get out your own head. Like sometimes you can be so stuck with like, oh, have I got to write about heartache, or oh, I've got to write that hit. But sometimes like what makes you is your perspective on it and what you bring to the table. That's what people are thirsting for, originality. And if you're just squashing that with like what you think the machine wants, you're not gonna be happy with what you're singing or what you're making. So I always try and read a book, like get inspired, just move, go on a walk. And that normally, like, you see something or you hear someone say something, and then you're like, oh. And then like, oh my god, I can do this, thank god.
Get another little brilliant. So do you still have those moments of wondering whether you can actually do this after so many years?
Yeah, I think that's a human thing, in it, like self-doubt and stuff. But I remember like, oh, I can't believe I'm going to be all those people who quote other people, but this is really like very relevant and important. But like Julie Walters, who's one of my favorite actors, she was like, she was just like, someone asked her, do you ever doubt yourself? And she's like, of course I do, every single day. But the difference between someone who is doing it as a career and someone who doesn't is that I have the doubt, but they do it anyway. And that's what I try and do, because it's a human thing, and a lot of my material is stemmed from emotion, self-doubt, or mental health, and that kind of brings people together with those sort of contexts. So it's a human quality to have. So yeah, of course.
Definitely. And do you feel like it's important to have that relatability within music?
Yeah, I think it's vital. At the end of the day, it's about the audience and whether they connect with it. So I mean, it depends. Some songs, like there was a song that I've written called After the End, which is very much about my experience, but there is a sort of level when you're writing a song that, okay, you can't be so specific about it that people can't relate to it. But then the flip side of that is that if you tell the story so well, like when the listener listens to it, they'll put their own story to it anyway. They'll put their own details. So even if you say they have a leather coat, oh no, for me, that person had a trench coat. I mean, maybe they were some sort of inspector. I don't know. Like, yeah, that's why music's so great, because you can put your own stamp on it and your own emotions and understand them through music. And
yeah, definitely. And who would you say is your biggest inspiration for your song?
Haim's up there. I love those sisters. Phoebe Bridgers is really up there. I mean, it changes every day. Like, to be honest, I always try and go on like even Spotify and go on the discovery playlist or like what's new, but then I don't go from the top. I always like scroll for like 20 seconds and then hit play.
Okay.
Because it's always the top that gets hit, but you don't know you discover something a lot more, I think. I feel like you have a lot of wider selection of what you're hearing.
Yeah.
And also you don't know them as much, so, and they get hopefully discovered as well by you playing, so it's all like a little circle.
Yeah, I do love doing that, and I just click shuffle.
Yeah.
It gives me like a whole different.
What are you gonna get?
Exactly, and it's very exciting.
So we're in COVID times, you've got to find a game wherever you can,
Ooh, which one will I get? Like,
yeah. Ooh.
So we're going to listen to your songs in a minute. So we've got a song called Love Condition, and you said you've already mentioned Movements as well. So just as a preempt to those songs, kind of where did they both come from? What are they about, if you want to reveal that?
Yeah, sure. So Love Condition, I wrote very, very recently, like literally like 2.5 weeks ago. And that was from basically if you're single in this pandemic, or like the kind of idea of like element of baggage, and just kind of also like how in society we're kind of conditioned. I think also being in London is very different than if you're kind of dating in I don't know, the East Midlands. That's where I'm from. I don't know why. Okay. I was like, oh no, where I'm from. Yeah, and it was just it's kind of going, you know what, like, this is my condition, what's yours? Like, and I'm not scared of that, because in a sense it's not my fault. So that's what Love Condition was all about.
Cool.
And then Movements, as I said before, it stemmed from the hip thrust thing. But it's about any relationship. It can be it can be romantic, also friendship and stuff. It's when you know something's wrong, like you're not as close as you used to be, like neither of you are saying anything because you don't know how to say it or what you really want, and then you could just feel it. Yeah. And you're just not as close as each other, like even physically not close as each other. You don't touch each other, you don't know anything, and it's just that kind of like me in the song calling out this person and going, mate, like, I can feel it, like, what's going on, like, can you just talk to me, please? Yeah. So that's what Movements is about.
Amazing. Right, well, let's have a listen.
Right.
And then we can chat a bit more about the EP afterwards.
Sick. Awesome.
Right, let's check out these two songs from Sophie.
It always starts with a big thrill, then goes 100 and nil. My mind kicks in overkill, can't seem to know how I feel. Flags are flying, but they're never white. I know there's something wrong, but can't make it right. That's my love condition. I'll let you in, then turn you away. I'm intimate and can't speak what you want me to say. Change position, let you in, but don't ask you to stay. I'd be lying if I said this never happened before. Soon as I have it, I don't want it no more. That's my love condition. My love condition. My. Say you can't like you did before. Still I leave with a made up course. Can never see you right through the one of you're alone and confused. Me too. Flags still fly, but they're never white. I'll make you feel at home, but only for a night. That's my love condition. I'll let you in, then turn you away. I'm intimate, can't speak what you want me to say. Change position, let you in, but don't ask you to stay. I'd be lying if I said this never happened before. called Movements. This is my latest single. It's out all right now. So Spotify, Apple Music, all the usual places. So if you like what you hear, please go and follow me and add me to your playlists, and we'll have a little party, and then hopefully when we can gig again, we'll have a live party. So there we go. This is called Movements. You like to bend the rules, there's no telling you. You're the wild star on my fan poster. Now I reflect on the scene where you summon the belief that the more you pull, the more I reach. You don't need a voice to thought. I can hear it, I can hear it. You don't need to speak at all. I can feel it, I can feel it. I feel it in your movements. A sugarcoat confusion. Maybe once you had good intentions, but like them you're a fading presence in your movements, in your movements. It's all over your face, the truth I can't trace. Do what you want, ain't here no more. Can no longer ignore the sirens at my door telling me now won't you run along. You don't need a voice to thought. I can hear it, I can hear it. You don't need to speak at all. I can feel it, I can feel it. I feel it in your movements. A sugarcoat confusion. Maybe once you had good intentions, but like them you're a fading presence in your movements, in your movements. They're cut into reality. There's no space, no time for me. They're cut into what I see. The butterflies that take a leave. I can feel it, I can feel it, I can feel it. You don't need a voice to thought. I can hear it, I can hear it. You don't need to speak at all. I can feel it, I can feel it. I feel it in your movements. A sugarcoat confusion. Maybe once you had good intentions, but like them you're a fading presence in your movements, in your movements. Oh, I can feel it, hey, hey. I can feel it, hey, hey. I can feel it, hey, hey. In your movements, in your movements.
Whoa, amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, like I love Love Condition. I had heard that, I think, from maybe your Instagram or something, but I purposely not listened to Movements until this moment. It's great. Wow.
Thank
I was
you.
like, I've definitely felt that with someone, so very relatable.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I think it is. I think also as well, like we can with social media, it's like we're more like interactive and engaging with each other, but actually in real life we're so disengaged with each other a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope, you know, like that's good that you said it's relatable. That's kind of the aim, isn't it, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely is. And are both of those on your EP?
No, so Movements is,
Okay.
and then there's 3 other tracks that are on the EP.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna release it as in Movements is already out, and the next single's coming in a few weeks' time.
Cool.
It's called I'm in Love with My Therapist.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's a catchy title. It makes you think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can't wait to release that one. That's gonna be quite fun. because I've done a music video for it as well. So it's like I'm really trying to, like I said, kind of build a whole world around it, so it's more than just the music, you know.
Yeah, nice. Are you doing videos for all of the tracks on that EP?
I was going to, but then I was like, you know what, like I wanted to do something a bit different, and I thought, I mean, at the end of the day as well, I mean, it's expensive, because you want the quality to be there and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, which one do I think I can do the most with, like, creatively? And I'm in love with my therapist. I mean, even the title, you're like, I'm sorry, what? And yeah, so I went with that one.
Okay, cool. I'm in love with my therapist. I'm not going to ask you any questions about that, although I want to wait till I've heard
Is it you?
Interesting. Okay, cool. And the EP, do you have a date of when that comes out?
Not yet. It's still being confirmed, but it will be latest the end of June, first week of July. That week it will be coming out. I'm so excited. I'm just like, get it out.
Yeah. After 2 years of like thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, it's exactly, and it's just like it's people kind of forget how long projects can take some time. I mean, massive global pandemic does delay things, like, for sure, but this even generally, like, when you're working, mixing, mastering, you want to get it right, or it's not just a case of like, yeah, I'll just put it on Spotify. It's like a whole kind of I don't like saying strategy because it makes it sound really businessy, but I mean, at the end of the day, you want to promote it the best you can, so, and that takes time, and you know,
yeah,
particularly if you're an independent artist as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have like people working with you for this as well?
Yeah, I've started kind of like building my team around me, so I'm not completely on my own as I was before, which is like such a relief, because, you know, I was saying before about the moments of like self-doubt. It's not, I mean, I know this whole self-love, absolutely, self-worth is extremely important, but sometimes you just want someone to tell you that you're great.
Yeah.
And so just to kind of give you that kick to go, yeah, okay, I'm all right, it's fine.
Yeah.
To kind of get out your own head and like keep going. So yeah, I'm grateful that I've got those people.
That's really awesome. And tell people, if you can, where they can listen to you, where they can find you, follow you, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so it's just my name, Sophie Kilburn, on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere, all the streaming sites. And then on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, it's Sophie Kilburn Music. And then on Twitter, for some reason, I just went with Sophie Kilburn, because it hadn't been taken at that time, so I decided to jump on that. So that's, yeah, the best places really. I prefer Instagram, but yeah, I always try and post stuff. So definitely, if you like what you hear, follow me on all of them, and then I'll say hi. And yeah,
amazing. Go and show Sophie some love, and I'll put all the links for people to easily click on as well. So
awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been lovely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And just the last thing I ask everyone, so everyone's going like, we want this advice. So if for anyone out there listening, watching, if you could give just one piece of advice, like, what would that be?
Okay. I would say, follow the plan, not the feeling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Elaborate on that.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah. What are you talking about? Well, as in, like, sometimes your emotions can, like, or mental health, whatever, can stop you following the plan that you want to do, like, to do things, basically. So it's kind of just going, okay, it's okay to feel like that, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's like I was saying before, it's like when someone says to follow the plan, not the feeling. It's like, okay, hold on a minute. How much is like this in my head? How much am I just like, is fear? And just going, just follow the little to-do list, write it all down, follow the plan. Yeah. And then you'll still move, you know, and you won't feel stuck. So yeah, that's my advice.
Nice.
Leave it, you know, leave it, throw it in the bin, whatever you got to do, like, take it, may it be your mantra, whatever you want.
So it's more like if you're feeling scared or whatever, just keep going with the plan. Don't worry about that kind of feeling.
Yeah, or any feeling. It's not necessarily fear. It could just be like, you're anxious about it, or you're scared of failure. All those sort of, I guess, the pigeonhole as millennial feelings and stuff. But I think it's more generational than that. But yeah, it's just a very distinct phrase where I'm like, okay, yeah, follow the plan, not the feeling.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I always do the opposite. It's why I'm questioning you. I'm like,
oh really?
How I'm feeling.
No, you're like, oh, get off my show right now. You completely fricked it up, like.
I'm the positive, like, feeling, like, if it feels good, go with it. Even if you've planned to do something else, like, if that feels better, then go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mine's just more if it's like you're not feeling so good.
Yeah.
Follow the plan. But it's like the whole thing of like, the more you do something, the more motivated you are to do it.
Absolutely.
So we come at it with a yin and yang.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. Oh, well, thank you so much again for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
No, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
As well. Thank you.
I'll let you go. I'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Love. Oh, amazing. And Sophie, amazing. Everyone,
thank you.
Follow her. She's still there. She's the angel. She's disappeared and she's the angel. Sorry, Sophie, we can't see you anymore, but we can hear you, darling.
Oh, fabulous.
So yeah, go and follow Sophie, go and stream her music, watch out for her EP, go show her lots of love, say hello. She'll say hello back, she don't bite hard. So yeah, go and show us some love. She's amazing, as you can tell. So it's been a pleasure having Sophie on today. Thank you again all for watching, listening. I will have this available on audio soon. And maybe you're listening to this on audio now and it's already happened. But anyway, I'm gonna just leave you with another quote here today. So this is something that I always do. I always compare myself to other people. So I just wanted to put this out there just to encourage you not to do that. So this is a flower doesn't think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. So yeah, don't look at other people. This is really something for myself. Don't look at other people and think, oh, I'm not as good as them. Like, you keep going with what you're doing and one day you will be as good as you want to be. So yeah, my encouragement to you is just to never give up with your dreams. And follow the plan, not the feeling. All right, have a lovely week, everyone. Much love. See ya.